Football coverages can get complicated, but not as much if you understand the basics. Today, I'm going to break down the 3 most common zone defenses in football in under 5 minutes. Let's go. There are 3 basic zone coverages in football, and I'm going to go over them with you right now. Let's just start off with cover 2. All right, we've got our secondary, we've got our 2 corners, we've got our 2 safeties, and then we have our linebackers. Perhaps in some of you guys' defense, this will backer is the nickel back, but that's neither here nor there. When we're talking about cover 2, the reason it's called cover 2 is because there are 2 guys responsible for the primary deep halves of the football field. So this safety right here on the strong side, the strong safety is responsible for this deep half of the field, and the free safety on this side is responsible for this deep area on the field. So what does everyone else do? The corners are primarily responsible for the flat. Now, there are additional responsibilities that they may have based on what the offense does, but in a nutshell, corners are responsible for routes that go into the flat. The outside linebackers are responsible for this curl area. That's where they take their drops. What does the middle linebacker do? He pretty much is relating to this third guy, whether he's on this side or that side, or in some defenses, he will run and be responsible for this middle area of the field, which is kind of vulnerable in cover 2. So that's it in a nutshell, though. Cover 2 is called cover 2 because there are 2 guys that are going to be deep, responsible for the deep halves of the field. If cover 2 has 2 guys deep, cover 3 has, as you would expect, 3 guys deep. And how does that work? We've got our same setup, 2x2 setup by the offense, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, with a running back set to the right side, making this the strong side. So now how are we going to have 3 guys deep? In this 2-high look, the strong safety drops down to the strong side because we have 3 threats to this side. So we need an additional guy to this side, so he drops down. That sends this corner, who's responsible for 1 deep third of the field, okay? The middle third is going to be taken care of by the free safety, who rotates to this middle third of the field, and he's responsible for this deep post area right here. Backside, the corner is now responsible for his deep third, and they will say deep as the deepest. You don't let a guy get deeper than you in these areas of the field. So what do the rest of the guys do? This linebacker here would be responsible for this curl area, and then he'll rally to anything in the flat. The middle linebacker would be responsible for the short middle area of the field. No need to get deep because we have a free safety there. And if this strong safety has dropped down into this curl area, then this Sam linebacker is now responsible for the hook area. So what we end up with are 4 guys underneath with 3 guys deep, and that's why it's called cover 3. All right, so now that you understand what cover 2 and cover 3 is, let's talk about cover 4. By now, you should have figured out how these things work, how cover 2 works, 2 guys deep, cover 3, 3 guys deep. Now, what do you think cover 4 is? Cover 4 is 4 guys deep. So starting on the strong side, this cornerback would be responsible for his 1/4 deep area of the field. Strong safety, he's going to have this quarter deep part of the field, okay? Free safety, he's going to be dropping back. He's responsible for this 1/4 quarter area of the field. I probably drew these wrong. Let's give this guy a little bit more area for him to cover. And then your corner is on this weak side is responsible for his quarter, okay? So this 1 deep area, this is 2 deep, 3 deep, 4 deep. These 4 guys are responsible for those areas over the top, thus giving it the name cover 4. So what do the guys underneath do? This linebacker is responsible for this curl to flat area. Okay, he's going to be responsible for this curl area and he's going to work his way out to the flat. This middle linebacker is now responsible for, similar to cover two, a little bit of the middle area, okay? He can climb deep based on the routes taking it there. I don't want to get too complicated with that. And then on the strong side, strong safety is the same thing. He's out to this curl area and then out to the flat area. So as you can see, leaves you a little weaker underneath, but we get more coverage over the top with 4 guys deep. That's why it's called cover 4. And there you have it, the 3 most common zone defenses used in football in their most basic form. Of course, they get more complicated, and I go more in depth on these coverages and more in the All Eyes DB Camp members area. You should join me there if you're trying to get your game to the next level as a player or a coach. I have a link to it down in the description below. That's it for me. Give this video a like and a share, and of course, subscribe. Should have done that by now. But as always, All Eyes DB Camp. Consistency breeds results.